Welcome to Insert Title Here, the only podcast that dares you to type the letter P into your address bar when surrounded by your loved ones. That's right. Do it.
The new TikTok sensation.
Or X.
The Devon challenge.
The new TikTok challenge. Yeah, do the Devon challenge. I dare you. See what happens. I'm Devon Voivio. I do things.
Links below.
I'd say I stream, but I haven't in almost a month.
That one's Adam.
Devon.
Anyways, that's Adam.
Devon.
What?
You do way more than just stream. You're also a viral Twitter sensation.
Did I do it again?
No, I keep seeing the same tweet over and over again.
Oh, God, no. Okay.
Hi, I'm Adam. Technical Hate Mix, YouTube, new video soon. The other person here is, I'm not sure who the fuck this guy is, but we just let him show up and he mixes the podcast and makes the music.
I'm partially deaf guy for week 2 because I have ear infection in both ears.
Partially greased up deaf guy.
Bro, that sucks.
Last week's episode's probably questionable from an audio standpoint, and this week will be as well. It's free. Deal with it.
Fun. On today's docket,
my
no
identity
docket.
got stolen.
When have we ever... Oh.
Hold on, before that,
I'm no longer Alexander.
I do want to talk about that.
Formerly known as Alexander because they posted me up and minted me on the blockchain.
Oh fuck!
Oh shit!
That is super shitty. They still haven't taken it down, have they?
Okay, so I guess backstory. We're just gonna get into it. Fuck it. Fucking
yeah. Let's just get into it. I was gonna talk about my thing, but fuck my thing.
We'll get back to your
this
thing.
is like right after the last episode aired as well. No, right after we recorded it. It was literally like an hour and a half after we recorded it.
It's like an hour and a half to record this shit. I see Anthony fucking Fantano start retweeting this shit for this NFT music stream fucking Twitter account. Where a bunch of people are like, oh shit, my music's on this website. I'm like, all right, well, the last time I started seeing this stuff, mine wasn't on there. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. I'm sure mine's not on there, but I am an anxious, stupid fuck, and I'm self-important and entitled. So I started having an anxiety attack and decided to check anyway. I go to their stupid website, I click on their stupid streamer thing, and fucking I type in my fucking name, and there I am. There's all my songs. The shitty first album that I don't like. The 5 new tracks that came out in 2021 that I do like. All right there. All of them playable. Every single one starts playing music when you click on it. And I got into a fucking very, 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 very blind rage. I fucking quote tweeted their dumb bullshit. I found their links and shit. And I was like, hey, you got 24 hours to get my shit off this. Adam helped me hunt down the domain name registrar for him, and I issued a DMCA takedown notice that I never got an answer back from on the domain name registrar from, but if memory serves correct, they're based in India, so they may not be under the purview of the DMCA anyway, even though technically the NFT music stream website was doing business in the United States and is under United States copyright law, so it's a one giant circle jerk
business
fucking gray area there.
It gets really weird as well because they're basically piggybacking off of the YouTube Music API.
We'll get into that in a sec. We're still.
What chaps my ass is that they're saying that.
Yeah, so
okay, yeah, sorry, go on.
And so the next day I check and the shit's not down yet. And by this point they started claiming a bunch of stupid shit on Twitter. Like as they were just saying, one of the tweets was, "We bought the rights to this music from YouTube Music." And in parentheses, like, not the same as YouTube. And we bought the rights to host this music from YouTube Music. And each play, YouTube Music pays royalties to the artist per agreement. That's not how any fucking copyright in the United States law works at all. At all. I, as the sole person with rights to my music, because I'm not under the music label, they would have to purchase the rights from me to host the music on there. Even if they're piggybacking off the fucking YouTube API like Adam is saying, which it seems like they pretty much just took YouTube Music and just scraped that shit, and either it's just an embed link where it just plays directly from YouTube Music and isn't hosting it at all, or they downloaded all the shit and then rehosted it, which doesn't seem likely because that's a lot of network infrastructure work. But either way,
yeah, when you're done, I can get. But
either way, fucking, that's not how that works. you do not have the right to rehost content from YouTube Music because YouTube Music is a music streaming platform. You don't have the rights to present it on your website as if you are the one hosting it. And that's what it was. It's presented on this streaming service as if this streaming service is serving this music. And this streaming service is an NFT music service, which in essence essentially says that the artists featured on here consent to this NFT bullshit. So not only is it a violation of copyright law, not only are they lying about their stupid bullshit, not only is it a DMCA-able offense, they're also fucking implicitly making it look like artist features on this website are okay with this shit. And that's like a, since I guess it's technically written format, that's what, libel? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit because like they're also saying that they've paid the artist. I'm like, no, you haven't. You haven't paid the artist. You haven't contacted the artist. You haven't. Like,
so
we
with
had to
major
search for this
artists,
shit.
they would likely do it through a record label deal. And it's entirely likely that if this was legit, and it's not, there's nothing legit about this that I can find. But if it was a legit like music streaming service, it's entirely possible for artists associated with the label to be on there and not have been contacted because the label like sold the rights to that to host that kind of shit. However, I am independent. I am the sole rights holder for my content. Not even my distributor owns the rights to my content. They own a non-exclusive license to distribute that content on my behalf. And NFTs and that bullshit are not on the list of that shit. I have to be contacted and paid for my rights because I own the exclusive copyright to all of my fucking work. So they're just blatantly lying.
To give you a piggyback on what you were saying earlier about how it's running, so I did go through a Twitter thread where somebody basically did the inspect element thing and just went through their code because their code is very shite, as you would imagine, for this kind of hasty thrown together adventure. Effectively, it is entirely piggybacking off of YouTube Music. When you hit play on a song, it loads up the YouTube URL for that song, or close to it. It displays songs a lot and plays the complete wrong thing. And then it will just play the audio portion of that, but hide the video portion of it. So it's literally piggybacking off of YouTube's website and API. Which that's a whole kettle of fish. It's a whole other kettle of legal fish because you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, and so that the next day, after when they're spouting the bullshit about how we've been paid and all that bullshit for it, I sent a DMCA directly to the website, the email address that they listed on their stupid Twitter thing to ask to get it off. No response. But then the next day, the streaming site is, quote, down for maintenance, and the bar's at 80%. And let's just do another check real quick. I think I checked this morning,
forget they blocked me and Devon.
But for the last couple days...
They blocked me and Devon on Twitter.
Blocked me too?
They haven't blocked me.
I'm blocked, yeah.
They, for whatever reason, they blocked a bunch of people who were like quote tweeting on my behalf, but they didn't block me, even though I'm the one that gave the legal threat.
Yeah.
To be fair, maybe the legal threat's why they didn't block me, because I have a legal complaint against them. But let's see. Click on that. All right, no, they're still down for maintenance. The bar is still at 80%. So
it ain't coming back.
Yeah,
it ain't coming back. My guess is that
my hope is that they rug pulled because there was a single minted thing on there that actually was minted.
Yeah.
A single thing. All of the music on there was not minted. It wasn't actually made into an NFT. We're not on the blockchain, so we're fine on that. My shit hasn't literally been made into an NFT that I've been able to find so far. But unlike DeviantArt users, I don't have an automatic tool that'll help me find that. So I might have to start going and looking now that this shit
Isn't
happened.
it fucked up that on DeviantArt you had to pay for that, though? Like, I get why, but it feels like a protection racket. I'm pretty sure it's all the kettle of fish, but goddamn, we're at this stage.
Yeah, like on one hand, I see it's a public good and it should be free, but on the other hand, I understand that the tools used to develop something that's able to sniff something on the blockchain like that, and like if I figure out if shit's been minted, not only like find the pirated artwork, but then the links to all the purchases and shit, cost a lot of fucking money in operational stuff. So, you know, it's a give and take on that one. I don't have a position on it yet. I have to look more into it.
Blockchain anymore.
I agree on both ends.
Chains, because more and more cryptos are popping up or being developed on further to be able to have this NFT type thing. So it's not even just the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah,
anymore.
well, a majority of the a majority of the NFTs are hosted on Ethereum, but the thing about Ethereum is that there's multiple forks in that blockchain, and each fork has different records based on different things and different stupid bullshit. You can watch the Folding Ideas video on NFTs. It pretty much explains everything. It's super long, but if you want an actual concise explanation that is even though it's long, is easy to understand when you sit down and watch it, just go watch that. That's the video that'll finally make you stop going, what the fuck's even is an NFT? And be like, oh, okay, so yeah, it's absolutely bullshit. Just go watch Folding Ideas, The Problem with NFTs, I think is what it's called. But yeah, that one's a good video.
I think I've seen it actually.
But a majority of them
line go up, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I want to find the guy who made the first NFT and just kind of go back in time and.
Well, I don't think it was.
Well, he disavows them.
Yeah, I don't think it was meant to be a bad thing. Like, I was looking at an article. This is long before this current bullshit right now with OpenSea and all this cancer. And yes, it is a cancer by definition because it is rotting out the whole crypto thing from the inside out. He made it in mind with more the legal use. So his whole thought in mind was, say for example, you graduate magna cum laude from university, right? Well, you go to a job interview and suddenly everyone else has graduated magna cum laude because they're lying on their resume. You can have a proof of basically an unfuckable with piece of evidence that says, hey, I did this, here it is right here. It was also heavily looked into by various governments around the world as things like for driver's licenses or for particularly non-expiring things that wouldn't necessarily expire very quickly. But point is, it was meant more for that kind of thing. This this monkey bullshit is literally a bastardization of the original purpose. And the worst
for
possible
money
way.
laundering.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
But I do want to say, even the original implementation of NFTs and the original idea behind them is absolutely fucking pants on head, stupid as fuck. You do not want your public fucking records and your goddamn biometric fucking legal data on the goddamn blockchain where everybody can fucking see it. There's no such thing as actual anonymity on there. It's pseudo-anonymity. If somebody knows your fucking address, they know all of your shit. And it doesn't matter how many times you fucking launder or try to fucking move it through a bunch of other address. The blockchain don't lie, brother. We can read that shit. It might cost the fucking entire goddamn electric fucking grid of an entire fucking third world nation in order to look at one transaction. But we'll find it.
Ain't that a bitch? But yeah, Xander is the first one of us to get NFT'd. I must admit, I'm a little surprised it was Xander. I for sure thought it was going to be Devon's wife, actually. I thought Arlo was going to get hit with it because she has artwork and stuff. There's been tons of
I figured it
art.
was going to be Ollie as well.
Yeah, this is not us talking shit, Arlo, I promise. This is just us saying because it seems to happen to artists, particularly fan artists more than else. Because I think they can get away
we
with
haven't
it.
really looked to see if Ali's art has been hit.
Yeah. I also, to be fair, had a paranoid thought that somebody was... Once I saw what happened to Xander and how they're piggybacking off YouTube music, I had a paranoid thought they do the same thing with regular YouTube videos, which is going to open a whole kettle of fish. Considering apparently YouTube itself was looking into NFTs a few weeks ago, which, God, I hope they back off from that.
Could you imagine if someone tries to mint the first AVGN video?
I can see someone doing that, actually.
Oh, no. What if they minted the fucking 16-bit, 8-bit, 4-bit, 2-bit, quarter bit, the risk game clip?
No, we are seeing YouTube videos auctioned off as NFTs, but what they're doing is they're auctioning off a privated URL, which is so stupid because anyone who has that URL can still access it, because particularly in the case of a viral video, like Charlie bit my finger, because that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, because you can't private the video and sell it, because then nobody can watch it except the uploader. But you can delist the video, and then anybody who has the link can then watch the video. So you would have to sell an account to somebody, essentially, in order to give them exclusive access to a private video, and that's against YouTube terms of service. You can't sell accounts.
So my point is, though, apparently the way this NFT streamer site worked, by every time you played it, it did something on their blockchain and mined, quote-unquote, a streamer token. Their bullshit take on crypto. The whole thing was clearly a scam from the bottom up. I literally think the reason they script YouTube music was to give it a look of legitimacy. Do I think there's any actual crypto involved in this? Very unlikely. Do I think they got deservingly railed? Absolutely. Because you can't be doing this shit.
Like I was saying earlier about that one thing that was minted on that service, it sold. For a lot.
Well, here's the deal. So I looked into the blockchain record on this. It's sold, right? The address of the person who bought it happens to be one of those NFT stream CEO accounts, and it's in a shit coin. It's in a complete random fucking coin that will happen to get pumped up in value around the time it got listed on that NFT streaming site.
Yeah, but knowing how this shit works, it's going to die down in a little bit, and everybody's going to forget about this NFT music stream bullshit, and all they're going to see is the amount that sold for on the blockchain, and the motherfucker who rug pulled or whatever the fuck happened here is going to make money off of that down the line. Because there's going to be some dumb motherfucker who's not going to check it.
Either way, it's a little scary. It's a little scary that people are jacking shit, and the problem with crypto, I hate to say it, is that it might need to be regulated. And right now there is no regulation.
Might.
Can't believe we're here at this point.
Everything needs regulation. Otherwise, it's fucking just a goddamn free market fucking capitalist bullshit society where fucking every goddamn libertarian who wants to do a thing that I can't necessarily... I don't know... I know I can say, but I'm not going to risk it. We're just going to not say it. But they want to lower an age...
They want a Gary Glitter. They want a Gary Glitter. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, every libertarian wants to lower a certain age that I'm very opposed to lowering. And that's exactly why they're in politics. So they just want to lower that age. And nothing else matters. Because free market capitalism to them is just lowering that age.
Like I said, they want a Gary Glitter. Yeah. So that's been most of the week. Also, Xander's ears are ejaculating. And my nose is clogged up more than your mom. So, Devon, how's your week been?
Remember that viral tweet?
I remember that viral tweet. I keep fucking seeing it on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh. Apparently ended up on Will Wheaton's Facebook, and now I want to die.
No. Fuck Will Wheaton. I'm throwing it out there, but fuck Will Wheaton, dude. Fuck that guy.
I hate the internet. I hate it so much. I actually finally deleted my Facebook for real this time. I can't hear you clapping, but I can see it, and I'm gonna take that. Like, man, here's the thing. I am just tired of seeing people I care about just self-report on being a shitty person. I am so tired of seeing them just shovel this stupid right-wing propaganda into their fucking mouths and spew it back out to other people. But you know what else I'm also really fucking tired of seeing?
Minion memes?
People just tagging me in shit that I don't care about. Like, if you're gonna tag me in something, please tag me in something that's like I find interesting or I'm interested in. Like, I know I don't talk on Facebook a lot, and I never will now, but like, don't tag me in a thing about Legend of Zelda. Like, I haven't played a Zelda game in a long while. In fact, I don't really like Legend of Zelda that much. Like,
better yet, instead of tagging me or any of us in anything on social media, send us a fucking message with the thing that made you think of us. Have a conversation with me about the thing that made you think of us, instead of just going at Satahara3173 and it's just a picture of a butt. And I was like, all right, cool. What is this? Why'd you tag me in this picture of a butt?
You can at me. I'm fine with being outed because...
Send the picture of the butt to me and be like, yo, I can see my dad in this butt. It's kind of tripping me out. And then we'll have a conversation about it. If you just tag me in a fucking picture of a butt, I'm just gonna be like,
you can tag me. I don't mind being tagged. But the thing is, I also appreciate that a lot of people don't want to have the conversation. Just like, oh, I see this. Oh, I know he likes that. Man, fuck off. I don't want to talk about this because it's usually something sports related. Oh
yeah, you're the Norman.
Yeah, I'll tag people, but I usually add something to it. I know I did that with Xander and the Zoid he already had, but I was just like, I saw this thing and I thought of you. But I do that all the time with my friends though. Like, if I see something that I like and or that they like, I usually send it to them in a private message. Like, I know Connie is a fan of like Dark Magician Girl and Android 21. So if I ever see any art of those characters show up on my timeline, I send it to her. Like, I do the same thing with any other friends whose characters that they like. If I see it, I'll send it to them and be like, hey, here's this thing. I know you like it. And then, Or someone will put reverse bunny suit Kawakami getting slapped in the face by a dick on my timeline. I'll be like, yo, hey, that's a cool thing. And then like 8 other people will at me and be like, yo, Link. I'll be like, all right, cool.
Does that get saved into the internal or external wank bank?
Oh, both.
Hey. Oh, goddamn. Sorry,
I only exclusively jerked off the pictures of my wife now.
Oh, he's a wife guy.
Cuck.
He's a real wife guy
I'm a
now.
wife guy. Yeah, I'm a wife guy.
Oh,
Can I-
dear. It's fine, dude. It's fine. It's fine. Look. Porn in a relationship is completely healthy as long as all parties involved understand it's just a fantasy to get out some, some things you do.
Oh, yeah. Let me be clear. Watching porn while you're in a relationship is okay. I'm not a weird guy who thinks watching porn isn't weird. It's that I am a weird person who is typically only attracted to one thing at a time.
Oh, okay. You're
And that right now happens to be my girlfriend.
makes sense. You cuck. I'm kidding. For legal reasons, that is a joke.
Yeah, I was about to say, nobody's fucking my wife. I would kill them.
For legal reasons, that is a joke. For legal reasons, I am a comedian.
Oh, yeah, actually, if somebody fucked my wife, I would Roblox them.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
would log into
Roblox.
the hit game Roblox, and we'd go play the Sonic Adventure remake together, and I'd push them into the whale.
Damn, that got dark.
Yeah. You know what else is dark?
My room.
Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're doing Gundam now?
That's not really that dark. Yeah,
I was gonna say,
changing
I was gonna
topics.
say, is it Mobile Fighter G Gundam like the fun one that like people went to after being
So,
exhausted by like those dark ones?
Is that the one that this is based on?
No, that's
Because
based off the first Gundam series.
I'm holding up for the record.
No, so mobile-
audio listeners, I'm holding up Gundam Rise from the Ashes side story 0079 for Dreamcast. So I played a chunk of it
See,
recently, and the game made no fucking sense to me.
0079 is the first Gundam series.
Actually, explain that game to me first before I move into Mobile Fighter, because I won't shut the fuck up about Mobile Fighter for like 30 minutes.
Basically, it's a.
And I'm kind of curious about the
My
game.
understanding is that it's a side story set during that timeline. You play as a random character who doesn't appear in the manga or the anime, but like events of that happen during the same time. You're in command of a unit. I only played it the first hour or so because it's very jank and very old, and I hate to say it shouldn't be on Dreamcast because the controller doesn't work for it properly. It's one of those that would be better on PC. But
Is it first person?
yes,
Do you control
the Gundam.
the mobile suit in first?
Yeah. From the cockpit view. So it's technically first, third person.
So the cockpit, you're in the
Yeah.
chest, and the cameras are in the head. And it's set during the 1-year
Yeah.
war.
Yep.
However, it's ruined by... Spoiler alert for the anime games video I'm currently working on, which will hopefully be out by the time this drops. It's ruined by the Dreamcast controller because to move, use the D-pad, but to aim using the control stick. And unless you're like a weird person with 2 thumbs on one hand, it doesn't really work.
Unless you're hitting it with the Monster Hunter grip, you're not gonna.
Yeah, like, and it's really awkward doing that because the Dreamcast D-pad is like the original Xbox.
You know the
360
claw. You know the one.
Yeah. Plus, we've also got to hit the trigger back there to do stuff, so it gets real fucking awkward real quick. My recommendation would be there is no other version of it, so I'm not going to say no to emulating it because the game's been out for 20 odd years now, and there's probably a emulated version with better controls for keyboard and mouse, knowing how weeaboos are when it comes to Gundam. But yeah, it's not a great game. It's basically ruined by bad control, also by another bad mechanic. You have to order your comrades around, order the people in your unit around to do stuff, which makes sense. But the problem is that they kind of vaguely go to the area you tell them to, instead of actually doing the thing you need them to do. So they can literally stand there like 20 meters away from an enemy Gundam unit and just kind of stare at it as it starts shooting at them until you run over there and start shooting it, and then it joins in the battle. It's not great. It's not great. It's
And there's no alternative controller methods.
Nope.
No.
Welcome to the Dreamcast controller. Some games it was fine. This one was just one of those times where just like I wish it got put on PC. I really do.
Are you Federation or Xeon?
I
You're
can't remember.
Federation.
Yeah. Devon, watch me play
If
it.
you're controlling the Gundam, you're Federation.
Devon, watch me play it.
You're telling me that they released a video game that is almost enough of a video game to make me go out right now and buy a Dreamcast. Except that they fucked up the one fundamental thing about a mobile suit game, and that is controlling the mobile suit, where they already got the first person mode right.
Also, the first person
They
mode
fuck-
sucks because the field of view just isn't wide enough. It's a very narrow field of view.
They expect you to have new type capabilities so you can sense danger before it, hits you.
Yeah.
So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and
But Devin, we are new types.
here's the worst part about
No,
this game.
Xander, we're autistic. There's a difference.
No, Devin, remember, in our ancient history, but before the space noids were a thing, there was an ancient people known as the Jews.
No,
And among them,
no,
one of them, the king of all of them, was
Jews
Jesus.
are not new types. Stop right
They're
now.
Jew types.
No.
He's like a reverse Eric
Me and
Cartman.
you, brother.
There's another problem with this game as well, Xander. It's quite expensive. I got it very cheaply because I basically found a copy that was the artwork, the back artwork, and the disc. But the plastic case was shot to bits. Fine by me. I have a box full of plastic jewel case replacements, so you can see it's nice and shiny. But yeah, it's not a cheap game either. So that's that problem too.
I really just ran this man off.
Oh yeah, he's back.
You're lucky my wife had her boobs out the second I opened the door. Otherwise, I've been even angrier coming back.
Should I edit that part out for your wife's honor?
No. I just walked out while she was changing. I was just like, boobs, now.
And then, okay, I'm good. Back to it.
Yeah. That wave of anger is
love my
gone. I hate you. I cannot believe you.
Yeah, Jesus was a new type.
Stop!
Oh,
Before Shar Aznable, before Amorore, before Lala, there was Jesus Cristo.
just a wee bit. I felt the wee bit. Fucking wee bit.
My neighbors are being stupid loud assholes because I guess apparently a football game is going on right now.
Oh yeah, these.
Yeah, so are mine.
The not to rehash a terrible old joke, but the superb owl is going on right now.
I hate you so fucking much, Adam. I hate you so fucking much. I hate the Superb Owl.
I know.
It has never been funny.
I know.
It has never been funny. Who the fuck? Who invented Superb Owl?
Reddit.
Of course it was fucking Reddit!
Yeah, it's unfunny. It was basically someone took the someone wanted to make a bunch of sports subreddits, and I think they found the NFL was doing it because there's RNFL and there's a one for each franchise and each team. Sorry, for each franchise. But before they could get to our Super Bowl, somebody took it from them, and every year on the Super Bowl they just post pictures of owls because Lee Epic Maymays. I don't fucking Reddit, dude. Reddit is like good for like 4 boards. And one of them is Berserkle Jerk, which is still the best name Reddit of all time.
Edit. Thanks for the Reddit gold, kind stranger. Before I logged into this website and posted this picture of this superb owl, I was about to kill myself. I saw the low tier god meme on my Twitter timeline and I thought, you know what? I should, good sir. I should log into Roblox / a gun and just do it. But then, once I posted this picture of this superb owl on this here Reddit, and this great community of great people gave me gold and spent their hard-earned money giving a giant fucking corporation money for shiny things on social media. It made me realize that my life is so much more important than I initially thought. So thank you for the gold, kind stranger. I will now start a Twitter account with pictures of the owls that will eventually get 15,000 followers, and then I'll sell it to Fuck Jerry Media and make $100,000 off of it. Fuck all of you!
You good, bud?
Get out of here.
No, I'm never good.
Do you need a minute?
Mobile Fighter G Gundam is a very good anime. Growing up, I watched the dub, and that was a mistake, but that wasn't my fault because it was on Toonami, and I loved it at the time. But I've gone back and watched the first 13 episodes so far of the sub that is apparently actually legally available, so that was cool. Wow, it's actually better than I remember it. It holds up to the point where I'd say like it's like a prototype Gurren Lagann as far as like the message is trying to send and shit. And I'm like, god damn. Cause like in my brain, in my little kid memories, Domon's just cool. You know, he doesn't have any like flaws to his characters or anything. He's just like a cool guy who doesn't afraid of anything. But fucking like, wow, I just made fun of Redditors and just did a cool guy who doesn't afraid of anything joke. You know what? You guys deserve the Reddit gold. Keep paying that fucking corporation money. That does make your life worth it. No, he's actually super fucked up emotionally. He's trying to keep it together, and episode 8 is really good. That's when you first start to see like the walls break in Domon, and then episode 8. Wow, that's actually a coincidence because episode 8 in Gurren Lagann's the thing. But and then episode 12 is where like it fully breaks, and you're like, oh shit, and then his full character comes to light, and then like it starts getting like actually like really complex and into the depth of like the characters who are trying to do things, because it starts out like the haha, it's a fighting tournament thing, and then it goes, ooh, but what does this picture mean? And it's fucking awesome as shit.
Yeah, episode 12 is when the other thing happens in Gurren Lagann too.
Oh shit, yeah. And then episode 13 is when a giant fight happens, and then some more things happen. It's fucking good. I binge watched the entirety of the original Mobile Suit Gundam, like the TV series, because I still have not gone back and watched the movie versions of it, because I like the English dub of the 0079, even though it's not very good either. There's just something about it that makes me feel good. It just makes my heart feel warm. I like watching that version of it. I binge watched that while I was building a third-party Murasame Liger kit. And then last night, I wasn't even doing anything. I was just like, I feel like shit. My ears are fucked up. I'm just gonna watch fucking Mobile Fighter G Gundam. And yeah, it's fucking dope. It holds the fuck up. I can't wait to get to the parts that I vividly remember. Cause that shit, like I said, that shit taught me what love meant as a kid.
See, I've had a passing interest in Mobile Fighter G Gundam. I've never watched any episodes of it, but it looks good. I know our friend Ordo, shout outs to Ordo again, really likes, I think his favorite character is Master Asia from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to watch
I love
it.
Master Asia.
Yeah, I like Master Asia
dope.
too. I plan on watching it. I'm going to watch it. Just, I don't know when. I'm really busy. I've gotten a lot busier lately. Just with work and life. It's just hard to sit down and find the time to do shit. But no, it looks good, and I'm really excited to take a look into it because I hear good things about it. I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's super fucking dope. I think it's on Crunchyroll right now. I'm technically not watching it on Crunchyroll, but the anime website that I found it on is, I think, just rehosting the Crunchyroll uploads. But yeah, regardless of feelings on Crunchyroll, because God knows I have the complex feelings on them. It's legally available at least.
You get a feeling so complicated.
Yeah. What's up, Adam?
So the Super Bowl is over. I'm not going to get into the result because we don't care. The Rams won. That's not what's making me cringe.
God fucking damn it! Really?
That's not the bit that's making me cringe. The thing that's making me cringe is Binance. You know, those people. Did a. If you just heard what we heard, a celeb trying to sell you crypto during the big game. Sell the crypto celeb buzzer now. Basically, they're intentionally pumping up certain cryptos because a celebrity who's totally into crypto, you can't see my air quotes, is selling a whole bunch of it right now. So you should buy that crypto, right?
Or don't. Just don't.
Man, fuck the Rams.
Fuck the Rams, yeah, but don't.
Fuck the Rams. Fuck California. Fuck
the Bengals.
Ohio needs a W. Okay? I was homeless, right? I'm in the fucking homeless shelter. And fucking Ohio's whatever their fucking team is up against the the other team that fucking lost a whole bunch of times to Cubs or whatever the fuck I don't know fucking sports, but I remember that like there's a big thing happening, and like everybody's like, ooh, this is the first time the team that's not Ohio has a chance of fucking winning in like this many years. I'm like, that's cool, but also Ohio hasn't had a fucking W since like my sister was born. That's like the last W they had. My fucking sister was born. Because otherwise, Ohio ain't got fucking nothing going on for it. They can't even pass fucking legal weed shit going on, man. They can't even fucking...
Sorry to cut you off, Xander.
Ooh, they can't even get that. And then fucking Bengals make it all the way. They make it all the fucking way to a goddamn championship after the other fucking Ohio team that I can't remember makes it. And fucking... the entire time I'm not paying attention to this motherfucker, they're up. And then the one fucking time I look at them and go, oh yeah, Bengals are probably gonna win. They lose.
If you sound the alarm, that crypto celebula alarm, you have a chance to win one of 2,222 NFTs from Binance. It actually got worse.
It's not worse than Ohio losing.
Who fucking cares?
I care about Ohio.
No, just genuinely, I don't fucking care about sports, dude.
I don't care about sports. I care about Ohio.
It was fun watching.
I don't care about any state that I've been in.
There's a big difference between American sports and the rest of the world. I'm gonna have this conversation real quick. American sports do drive me a little bit nuts because it's all franchise based and it's very, very corporate. Everything is clearly follow the money, follow them all the way down. It's basically rich people wanking off to each other. Around the rest of the world, it's usually not like that. It's usually a community team that did very well, became big, became a league, and then the money came afterwards. So just throwing that moratorium out there, because like I agree with you, American sports are kind of hard to follow because it feels very plastic.
It's all.
But he also cares about Ohio.
No. I want to rant for once. Okay. I want to rant. Okay, let me have a rant this episode. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'll get high. Go for it. But Ohio's important.
I don't fucking care about Ohio. Okay. I work in TV. All right.
Oh,
I work in TV. And I have never liked sports. Okay, so those two things already combined, bad combination. Like, I hate sports. I used to play them when I was younger, and I played baseball, and I played soccer, and I played some basketball, and I burned my foot in high school, like before my freshman year, and I dropped out of basketball. Okay, so that right there, I never really enjoyed sports anyway at all. I don't like watching sports. I don't like anything to do with sports because it's just a bunch of bullshit to sell ads and ad space to people, and it has generated the worst fucking kind of people. Like, these fucking assholes who love to watch sports so fucking bad are just the worst people. Because, like, if they can't watch their sports, they start throwing a fucking temper tantrum. It's like, I can't watch the Super Bowl today, and I pay this much for the service, and I'm blah, blah, blah. I didn't read none of the rules, and I'm getting upset because of it. It's just like, bro, you're getting fucking, like, wound up, throwing a fucking temper tantrum because you can't watch a bunch of fucking, like, grown-ass sweaty men pounding into each other and play with balls fighting over a fucking ring. Kind of fucking gay, if you ask me. So, like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I do not care that you can't watch the sports ball go on. I don't fucking give a shit that you're upset because you're trying to use a service a certain way and you can't use it a certain way because you're not following the fucking rules for the service. Boo fuckity who. Big fucking wham. I don't care. I do not give a shit.
I'm so football pilling you during the World Cup because both me and your wife are going to be going fucking ape shit.
Ali does not watch soccer.
Oh, I know, but as soon as I say, hey, Mexico's playing, every time I've said it so far, she's like, ooh, yes, we've watched it. So
I
homophobic language there, Devon.
I don't care. I'm bi.
American sports.
If when I want to watch a bunch of sweaty dudes pounding into each other fighting over a ring, Devon. I'll just watch gay porn. Okay,
that's how that works.
Like,
Devon.
I'll be upfront about it.
No, I will agree to a point on that. American sports are very odd because it does feel they've crammed as much commercialization into it as possible.
That's literally half the reason people watch the Super Bowl is just for the fucking commercials.
Yeah, is there like watch parties who just watch the the halftime show and the commercials.
That's the cringiest fucking shit. That's even cringier than people who want to like actually enjoy the sport.
Like, I have watched Super Bowl before to enjoy it. Like, the year the Eagles got to the Super Bowl, we watched it. Because it was a Philadelphia thing. I think it's the second or third time they ever made it. And people just want to see Tom Brady lose. I think it was more one of those things that people wanted to see Tom Brady lose more than anything else. But yeah, no, it's just weird coming from it. Because don't get me wrong, commercialization, for the record, I watch a lot of football, and by that I mean soccer. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely commercialization in it, but it's nowhere near the same level. That makes sense. Like, it's really bizarre, like how monetized.
No, we've had this discussion before, because you talked about it, how like literally one of the first episodes of the podcast, we talked about how they jam pack ads, they have to speed them up. Like, one of the jokes was like,
however, because of the set time slot they had to do it, right? It's like a 15-minute half time compared to the NFL where they have quarters, and the whole thing takes about 3.5 to 4 hours, and a lot of that is those 20-minute intervals, and they'll even take intervals during those quarters to play more ads. When they're switching from defense to offense, I'm like, how's it taking this time to switch people on the bench? It makes no sense.
It's dumb, and it sucks. And get a fucking hobby. Do literally anything else. Being a football guy is not a hobby.
Okay, do you mean NFL or like soccer stuff? Because
NFL.
Okay, there we go.
NBA. MLB. Get a fucking hobby. Do something, please.
But not MLS.
The views and opinions of Devon VO do not reflect the views and opinions of Satahara Incorporated.
I don't give a shit.
It's the horse. Insert title podcast.
Hell yeah, I am so PTOing off the World Cup final. I'm gonna have so much fun that day.
Look.
You enjoy
obsessively talking about a bunch of dudes playing with balls.
Yeah,
is just not cool to me. I don't give a shit about it.
I think that there's two valid things here. It's valid to be annoyed and embittered by the people who are so super obsessed about it that they have to ruin somebody else's day.
Yes.
But it's also valid to be into something because it gives you enjoyment and to be a fan of that thing and to use that as a stress relief because life sucks inherently. And if something makes you happy, then cool. As long as you're not hurting somebody else. The people who hurt you and the people around them from their enjoyment, fuck those people specifically. But if football's your hobby or NLB, that's not even a thing. If any of those letters are your hobbies, then like, cool. I build toys. I have no fucking room to talk.
That's a hobby, though.
Yeah, watching football, keeping up with the stats, like, and all that stuff, the collecting behind it. Like, there are a lot of different hobbies that are subdivisions of being a fan of those sports.
Actually, one of the big things
people who hurt other people, fuck them, and you're completely valid on that.
Yeah. It's just like
I also think it's just a little harsh to say that's not a hobby.
Yeah,
it's just I'm sorry, but the people who just fucking like jump down my throat because they can't watch their sports ball just piss me the fuck off. And it's just
fuck
like
them inherently.
fuck your entire fucking quote unquote hobby, whatever.
It doesn't really help as well that particularly in the States you guys have these weird blackout rules for certain teams and certain sports, which makes no sense to me at all. Like
I don't understand any of the words you just said, Magic Man.
It makes sense from the standpoint. So a blackout essentially is when you can't watch a game on your local station because of agreements between the network provider and the stadium and the team. And it's the reason they do it is to get more people to buy tickets to come to the game. But here's the thing. We're still in the middle of a fucking pandemic.
Well, it's not even just that. Isn't it like the Yankees games are all owned by like NBC or whatever? So you got to buy their service and have their channels to be able to watch that team.
Yeah, the Yes channel.
Which makes
football
no
fans.
sense to me.
Here's some advice here. Is there a blackout for a game you want to watch in your area? Go on to duckduckgo.com and type in watch insert title of the game online. And usually the first result will be the right result.
Oh no, you're completely right.
Don't use Google because it's algorithmically designed to feed you the most ads. DuckDuckGo, however, doesn't track your data. Make sure to use a VPN too. Like our sponsor, Sato VPN. With Sato VPN, all your data is immediately compromised, but it looks like it's coming from me. So they think that whatever the fuck you're doing is what I'm doing. So I'll go to jail for you. I'm willing to take up to 100 years as long as you pay $1,000 a week. With Sato VPN, you can stay secured and realize that whatever crimes you commit will be pinned on me instead. Get Sato VPN now.
Sato VPN protected me from censored. So now I don't have to face life in jail. Thanks, Sato VPN.
I'm not doing this joke because, unironically, the pair of you, I'm going to get you to watch the World Cup final with me. I'm going to have a fucking blast.
No.
In all seriousness,
Adam,
we will have an absolute blast.
I will not be there for that. You said last year. I'm gonna
I'm gonna do it.
football him.
I have
I'm
to
gonna
December to work this out.
I'm gonna football the pill him.
I totally am.
You didn't
How
do
are
it. It is. I have nothing against people who enjoy the thing.
We're
I am
gonna.
all for people who want to spread the thing. However, I have given these things multiple fucking shots in the past with various people that I've loved, and I always have a miserable time. It does not matter who or what environment I'm in. I cannot watch that thing and enjoy it.
Xander?
I do not have the personality or the neural pathways to enjoy the thing. It is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And same with me. Like I used to play soccer. I don't care about it
don't worry.
anymore.
I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite
What
color?
color is my butthole?
Okay, ignoring this guy, Devon. What's your favorite color?
Unironically,
No,
though, I do like.
seriously. My favorite color is the color of my butthole. So what's the color of my butthole, Adam?
I've never seen your butthole. I can't answer.
Devon, what's your favorite color?
It's like the purple pinkish, like that range.
Pinkish?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. The color of my butthole, Devon. Purple
If
pinkish.
your butthole is purple pinkish, you should see a doctor. Get yourself a colonoscopy.
It's because
colonoscopy
the reason it's purple
scheduled.
pinkish is because I very regularly and vigorously, this has been censored for all audiences, because while various other podcasts can spread misinformation and say a bunch of other shit and be fine and make $100 million, this one can't. And yeah, that's why it's purple and pinkish.
Jesus Christ, you should see a fucking doctor.
I did. They said I'm doing a good job, sweetie.
That's not. You should get a second opinion.
The only teams I can think of.
The second opinion was, yo, can I put this up on GoTo too?
Oh God. The only teams I can think of that are purple and pinkish are Orlando City and Fiorentina. So either it's the United States or Italy, whichever one you want to support. Neither are qualified yet, so take your pick.
I don't care.
I don't like either
about
of those
the
countries.
colors. It doesn't
Xander,
do anything for me.
for the sheer memes, Iran qualified last month. For sheer memes, because of the way the seeding works, there's a very high chance they're going to be placed in the same group as CONCACAF's qualification, which I think top 3 go through. Right now, top 3 is the US, Canada, and Mexico. There's a very
I've
high
already
chance.
stopped paying attention to what you've been saying. I can't keep track of the words you're saying. Not only are you saying words I'm not familiar with, you're saying it in British. And this was just like...
I'm trying here. Hold on to it, guys. I just want to see him watch like Iran
Explain
USA.
it to me as if one of the teams is a giant robot dinosaur.
Okay, fair enough. So, okay, you've seen that very first episode of Evangelion, right? Where Shinji is fighting the angel and like he's getting his ass kicked and all of a sudden he goes berserker, right? And then he starts to eat, then the thing falls off and basically it's like a weird dinosaur, ugly motherfucker and everything.
You just pretend one of the teams is a giant dinosaur, a giant robot dinosaur. Adam.
All right,
Explain
let's
it
try
like
this way. You've seen
No, okay. You know how G Gundam? You know how G Gundam has like the different like robots for different countries? Do it like that. Tell it, is the Tequila Gundam gonna kick a fireball through the
No,
big?
but those are
I
fun
would actually
because
love that. I would love that.
No,
but no.
because those are fun. Because not only are the fights well choreographed and like actually like full of action and shit that's interesting to look at, unlike fucking a couple of dudes scoring 3 fucking points for an entire fucking game. It's also super short, and I don't have to wait 4 fucking hours for a bunch of dudes who all have the same fucking haircut, who I can't tell the fucking difference between, because every fucking football team, and that's football is in soccer, not football is in NFL, fucking hires the same fucking skinhead dude to play on their fucking team. The guy who headbutted the dude is a skinhead. The David dude's a skinhead. They're all fucking skinheads.
You're about Zinedine Zidane?
I don't know his name. Final
The headbutt
Fantasy
dude.
9.
The headbutt. Zinedine Zidane. Yeah, he's French, but he's definitely not white. Very not white. Very, very Northern African, but I digress. Also, it's not 4 hours, it's 90 minutes. The game's usually over in 2 hours.
That's so much longer than it needs to be. You're scoring 2 points a fucking game. It could be 20 minutes, man.
No, because it's about the midfield.
If I wanted to watch a bunch of guys kick balls around, I just watch gay porn. Second time I made that
How long
joke.
does a Logan Paul fight last?
How much of the Logan Paul fight to watch?
It's free if you look it up on DuckDuckGo. How long does a fucking Logan Paul fucking fight last?
I
don't care.
How much time do I have to waste to see him fucking get away with a technical win and waste everybody's time because he didn't get knocked out again?
A couple of hours usually. Actually, I think the last one was like an hour and a half.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was a while. It was a while. People were bitch right on Twitter. It was
We
a long
don't watch
fucking time.
sports. We just don't.
Yeah, they're fucking boring, dude.
I gotta get you into this somehow. There'll be a way, because when we get to that point, it's like the top level
You
stuff.
could just accept that we just don't like it.
Oh,
We've tried.
I'm gonna try.
We've tried.
We have tried.
I have tried both in my child life and my adult life to get into it, and I just don't like it. And I don't want to not enjoy something that you enjoy in front of you, because then that'll make me enjoy what's happening even less. Because then I'm like, okay, not only am I not personally having fun, but I feel like I'm shitting on this thing that my friend likes, but I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm just not enjoying it, and then it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle, and I'm sitting there having an anxiety attack. No, I can't do it, John. I can't do it.
All right. Well, I'm at least gonna try with Devon. That'd be fine. I got 10 months to work it out. I got 10 months to work it out. Don't worry about it. Xander, I might be able to like get him to enjoy some kits or at least some of the banter, such as 2 odd was and 1 more cup doodah doodah. Because last episode, I think that was like, the biggest laugh at you was like, wait, what? Explain that. Dearie me. This episode's gonna be called Sports Ball or something stupid.
No.
Like that, isn't it?
No, sports ball is even worse than Superb Owl. I will choke you the fuck out.
The end of the
Global
NFC
Fighter Soccer
moratorium.
Ball. Oh yeah, we already talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, I was like, I know. So for those of you who don't know, I make the thumbnails, and typically I don't have an idea till like Wednesday afternoon. If you're wondering why they're the way they are, it's because I'm usually making them when I'm supposed to be working. Because my brain spits out weird imagery at times.
Okay. So, Nintendo Direct.
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about the
that
Direct? That happened.
Yeah.
No.
That was alright. What do you mean, no? That was fine.
I said oh.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it was a disappointed oh, but yeah, I just said oh.
It was
It
fine.
was a disappointed though. Did you not see anything at all that you wanted? You were
I was at
interested in
work
getting?
the entire time, and then all the announcements they made, I don't give a fuck about. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it was-
like, this is another one of those things where I don't want to shit on things, so I'm just gonna edit out this part where I'm saying like I didn't watch it, because I want you guys to just go off about it because you enjoy it, but I'm not gonna have much input here.
I mean, it's fine. You can try and make it. It wasn't the greatest one of all time, but it was definitely targeted towards.
But
a very certain
everybody
audience.
else is acting like, oh my god, this is so amazing.
What?
This totally makes up for the fact that
Understand-
Nintendo's a fucking terrible company.
Understand the fact that our friend group, particularly at large, is definitely in the right demographic for it. Not to stereotype, but we know a lot of weebs and a lot of people into JRPGs, and it was very JRPG heavy. Particularly like a lot of cult classics that never got releases overseas.
Live Alive was the big one.
Yeah, Live Alive was a big one.
I'm so glad that's pronounced Live Alive and not Live a Live. If that was pronounced Live a Live, I'd fucking Roblox myself.
I think the really big announcements were Klonoa 1 and 2, not a JRPG, but a platformer getting fully remade for Switch. And I think they also were like teasing Earthbound stuff because I think Mother 1 and 2 were put onto the Switch eShop or whatever.
Yeah. They also did Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and they introduced a character with some fat titters.
Oh yeah, bring back the Golf MILF mummy, please. Thank you very much.
I'm down. I'll play a video game for that. No.
A new Fire Emblem Warriors game as well.
I don't give a shit about that.
That was the opening announcement. So it was fine. It was a lot of people were like, "Where's Zelda?" And I'm like, "They'll probably show off at E3 because just why would you show it off now? Like, I don't know, Metroid Prime 4 might have been nice, but it makes sense.
came
I want
out
a
of
Fire Emblem Awakening remake where they have feet. That's all I want. I just want them to remake Fire Emblem Awakening,
Fucking
the exact
hell.
same fucking game, but give them feet. I want the foot edition because I thought I was okay with them not having feet on their models. I'm not a foot guy. Before anybody thinks this is like a sexual thing, no, I'm not a foot guy. That's gross. Well,
It's a sexual thing.
it's not gross to each their own, but you know what I mean. It's not my thing. But
his thing.
fucking like
It's totally his thing.
They look so weird. Fire Emblem Fates came out on the exact same fucking console and gave them feet. And ever since that game came out and they had feet on their model, I'm like, all right, these models look weird now. And I just have not been able to play fucking Awakening lately. Just give me a fucking Switch like remaster or whatever where they have feet.
Xander,
They're also putting. I
touch
was gonna
grass.
say they're also putting No Man's Sky on Switch.
Oh yeah, give that one another chance, especially if it runs well on that one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I heard it's become a very good game after its bungle of a launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if anything that's a direct showed off. I mean, I'm touching it for a second ago. The Clonella remakes. I think they're just. Well, I say remakes loosely. They're basically taking extra games and just retexturing them for modern consoles.
I punched myself in the fucking ear and it hurt so bad.
I never got to play those games on the PS1, so it'd be kind of cool to get them and play them on Switch. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to play that. I think I might check out that whole Live Alive thing or Live Alive, whatever the fuck it's called.
Live Alive. Please don't
Live
ever say
Alive.
Live in your life ever again. It's Live Alive.
Chrono Cross is also getting ported to Switch, which is kind of
Which is
cool.
cool. I've never played
It was
Chrono
a
Cross,
lot
so
of
it's a-
JRPGs. It was just a lot of JRPGs.
The one that
which
really-
makes sense.
The one that really got me was the weird Vor Kirby.
Oh,
I don't like it.
you
I
didn't see
don't
me
like
do it
it.
there, but there may have been a cross drawn on me.
I hate it.
Kirby, Nightmare in Foreland. Kirby, Nightmare in Foreland. Kirby.
I hate it. I'm sorry. This is
Satan called and he demands his sacrifices, and his sacrifices will be a car and anything his small pink servant can inhale or wrap himself around like an oversized condom, hilariously spread over the head of it. So give
like
him his sacrifices.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I really
But
have
the
to
one
go
that
back
really,
and edit out my bitching.
It's fine,
But the-
dude. It's fine. It's fine.
the one that really chapped my ass, aside from another Three Houses game, because I didn't like Three Houses, they re-announced the Kingdom Hearts collection for the Switch, and it's still fucking cloud gaming. That is a fucking terrible idea.
It's almost like they're doing it really lazily or something because they don't want to dedicate the development time to porting it properly because they'd rather
Yeah, it's almost like
fucking make NFTs or something.
it's almost like the company whose president said, NFTs are a good idea even if players don't want them, and went ahead with it anyway and sold them in October, and then has more plans for more later and made a live service game based around Marvel superheroes, and fucking have done a bunch of really shady, stupid fucking shit as far as their publishing record in recent years. And the only reason why we try to forgive them is because Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and Kingdom Hearts 3 were super awesome. Literally
that-
the only reason.
That really is what frustrates
I'm
me,
just
because
gonna
like,
throw us out there.
I really want to get back into playing Final Fantasy 14 because I fucking paid for all these games and all the expansions, but like I have to keep paying to play the game because it's a fucking MMO. So like, I've already put money into this game. I want to play it, but I can't continually give money to this company because of the shit they support. It's so fucking frustrating.
I'm
You
just
know,
going to throw us out there. EA backed off of NFTs in their games recently because they said, yeah, the community backlash has been too much, that's why we're not doing it. EA, okay, the people who get away with loot boxes out the ass every single year have said NFTs are a bad idea. Just throwing that out there.
Probably because they
And
make
if
enough money off of
Square
fucking loot
backtracks
boxes.
too, then cool. But I have a feeling Square won't. I have a feeling that Square's president is a fucking crypto bro.
Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't shock me. It's just very frustrating, you know, because it's just like I love these games. Like I genuinely love these games, and I want to keep playing them. And all my friends are playing them, and they're all playing on the same server as me, and I can't join them because ethically, it would be wrong. You know, and it's just like I just recently rewatched The Good Place, which if you haven't seen it, it's a show that's basically about ethics and being a good person and figuring out why you want to be a good person, do the things you do, you know, what do we owe each other, that sort of thing. And it's a great show. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. All 4 seasons are on Netflix. It's a quick watch. Okay, they're about 13 episodes apiece. So, you know, I'm rewatching it and I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I want to be a good person just for the sake of it. And a good person is not going to continue to spend money on something that actively harms the environment or helps fund something that harms the environment, you know? And I want to do that. But like, I see all my other friends doing it. They're all playing it. It's just like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm better than you because I'm not doing this thing. But it's just like, at what point am I just punishing myself because I'm not doing something, you know? It just makes me feel bad because like, I know I'm doing the right thing to myself. I know I'm you know, I know where my money's going for the most part. You know, I'm not spending it on shit like that. But like, I really, really want to, just because I want to have that experience with my friends, and it frustrates the shit out of me.
There are a couple angles here on this one, to be fair. So, of course, I want to get the no ethical consumption of capitalism thing out of the way, because everybody likes to fucking throw that line around as an excuse to just go ahead and be unethical in their consumption. It is true that there is literally no way to be ethical under capitalism, but the line goes further than that. It's to decommodify the commodified products. Not a political podcast, but yeah. So get that out of the way, because that's not a point I'm even going to bring up in this argument. I just wanted for everybody at home in the comments going, but what about this line? I addressed it. Doesn't mean what you think it means. Out of the way. First off, you've already paid for the games. So a lot of the money that you spent on that has already gone to that. Yeah. Continuing to support the game itself continues to support the longevity of the company over time. And that is one stage of way of thinking. There is also the way of thinking of that what you're paying at this point is just server maintenance fees. Because realistically, this game costs so much fucking money to run on its servers that you paying, was it like $10 a month?
14.
$14 a month is going all to the fucking server maintenance. It's not going to the president of Square Enix's pocket. So there is, I personally am not playing Final Fantasy XIV because the overall business practices of Square Enix as a whole are not conducive with my way of thinking. And I am personally not doing that until, at the very least, they back off publicly the crypto bullshit. Because my issues with them stem further than just the crypto bullshit. There is the way that certain studios under their publishing ring have mistreated their workers, and we have brushed it under the rug because Square Enix didn't do it. It was one of the subsidiaries, or it was like the English version of that, or, you know, whatever. When there's got to be... Square Enix is a huge fucking publishing company. If they're doing a bunch of unethical shit as far as just their products go, they're gotta be doing a bunch of unethical shit as far as their fucking, like, actual workers go. And I don't know much about, like... I can't claim to know a bunch of shit about how Japanese culture and Japanese work culture works because I am a fucking white American dude in white America, and I've only ever done white American things. So I don't know a whole lot about Japanese work culture because, like, you know, I'm just a fucking pasty white dude from white America and shit, and I don't have, like, I don't have that lived experience on the inside there, so I can't claim, like, with any sort of fucking authority or experience to know what the fuck I'm talking about. But from my understanding, from my little understanding of Japanese work culture, it's very likely that they are at least crunching their workers a fuckload. And I'm not cool with that.
This has been pretty well documented. The Japanese work culture is pretty rough.
Yeah.
There's I watch a lot of content about people who live in Japan and kind of the culture. I'm always just fascinated about different things. But one of the big things that shocks people when they first move there is the expected amount of work for an office culture. And there's a weird culture where you basically can't leave until the slowest person is done for their work for the day. So all these people will end up doing, instead of like a regular 40-hour work week, a lot of them will do like 60 to 80 hours of work week. And on top of that, if they use their vacation time up, they're seen as a bad worker because they're not there, quote unquote, for the company. So yeah, enjoy that mental image.
Yeah. I mean, I feel a lot of the same thing happens here in America. It's less of a, I feel like it's less of a, I don't want to say rewarding experience, because like with the way the culture might be, again, I'm a white dude from America. I did not grow up in Japan. I'm from the outside looking in, and I could be completely fucking, you know, misinterpreting or have a bunch of misconceptions and stereotypes and shit in my brain, and I acknowledge that. But from my understanding, at the very least, from a social standpoint, there's more of a reward structure for that company loyalty in Japan, whereas in America, you don't even get the social, like, rewards for that kind of shit. You're still treated like fucking scum bullshit.
At least you think your vacation time. And no one really complains about it.
Well, I didn't have vacation time until the job I have right now. I've gone my entire working life without having even sick time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, vacation time's not guaranteed in America.
Here.
Oh, okay. I mean, like PTOs in general. Like, have you to be fair,
PTO's not guaranteed in America either.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's the state I'm in, because if you're working full time, you have to have X amount as a PTO at minimum, and a lot of companies always try to add more.
Yeah,
and
it
more
could
to
definitely be the state you're in. Me and Devon grew up in $7.25 an hour Oklahoma.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. And on that note, they will do everything in their power to make sure you do not hit full time, because like they will schedule right for like 32 hours.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit.
And then,
yeah, they'll like schedule you for like 40 hours, but then they'll give you half an hour lunches. Like, well, technically you work 35 hours, so it's not. I'm like, fuck off, just pay people.
Yeah. But with the current job I'm at right now, I get PTO. In fact, it's not terrible, because they've made it now where I can get a total of like 40 hours times the number of years I've worked for the company. So this is my 3rd year working for them, so I can generate about 120 hours of PTO. Which I'm trying to save up, I guess, for a nice vacation. Not all of it, obviously, but a decent chunk of it.
A couple weeks ago, and it's my first salaried position, so get me. But I've got vacation time and PTO, and then paid vacations as well, like 3-day weekend coming up, President's Day, which is a weird feeling to have, because I'm used to having PTO, and I've had some holidays off, like, you know, even working at Best Buy, they'll close on Christmas and Easter, right? But like, it's weird. Like, you get to this point, all of a sudden, hey, you're not the kicking and pissing boy anymore. You're now you get to have a salary and stuff, and it's just like, this is how classism happens. This is how this really massive unrighteousness in America happens, where people on the bottom rung feel exploited because, pro tip, you are. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably worked the hardest in my life when I was doing the bottom rung stuff, working in that shitty retro game store when I first moved out here.
Yeah, I definitely did the most at Walmart.
Right.
I did the most also probably at Walmart and the cleaning company.
Having to unload those fucking trucks, dude. God.
That was the worst. I hate doing that. But
Don't miss that.
Back to what I wanted to talk about, though, is just the whole, ethically I know I'm doing the right thing, but mentally I just want to enjoy something with my friends, and I can't do it because I'd feel bad the whole time I'm doing it.
That's fair.
And I just don't know what to do.
Play Master Duel less instead. Or just, jerk off to big fat anime titties. That's also a very good waste of time.
If I were you, Devon, and like you not being able to subscribe to Final Fantasy 14 was actually affecting your enjoyment and mental health and shit, and wasn't allowing you to de-stress and stuff, I would do the math on how much of your fucking cost goes into server maintenance and how much of it would go into the actual company itself, and perpetuate the fucking stupid bullshit that they're doing, and kind of do like a cost benefit analysis of what's going on there and how much it benefits you versus how much harm you're causing by subscribing to it.
Yeah, but I'm still causing harm. That's the thing. And it's just, that's what frustrates me, because I know I'll be causing harm. I'll be funding something that causes harm.
We cause harm by existing.
To be fair, I understand where Devon's coming from. This is how I feel about Twitch. Because I've bought a couple of subscriptions recently. I've even gifted a couple of subscriptions recently, and I'm just kind of like, oh, how much is it going to Amazon?
Yeah, because it's like, I understand where you're coming from. Because again, I'm personally not playing Final Fantasy 14 because same, ethical whatever. But it's not causing me mental distress. I'm not thinking about Final Fantasy 14. I don't desire it. I'm hyperfixated on other bullshit right now. I have no longing for it. So it's not lessening my quality of life. And quality of life is as important. You have to be able to balance that out, because if you completely just indulge in suffering in an effort to try to cause the least amount of harm to everybody else, then you inadvertently cause more harm in the long term, because the more harm you put on yourself, the less likely you are to make good decisions, and the less likely you are to treat others, necessarily good.
I mean,
you remember how I was.
It makes sense. Yeah. No, and I know. It's just, I'm still thinking about. There's certain lessons that I learned from watching The Good Place. I know it's dumb learning lessons from TV show. But again, it's a really good show.
It's
And
not
like,
dumb at all.
there is a character in the show who spends his whole life trying to do good things and treat other people well, and he gets taken advantage of for it, and he gets treated like shit for it. But he wants to do the most good he can put into the world, and he's miserable. And it's just like, at what point do I just forgive myself and just be like, it's okay to enjoy this every once in a while, you know? It's okay to play a video game who that may not be coming from the best people. It's just like, you know, like when I accidentally purchased Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and I was just like, fuck, I wish someone had told me. And I didn't know because I wouldn't have bought it. But it's also like, I really like that game. It's a fun, like, you know, beat 'em up. You know, it's you know, if I did know now what I knew then, yeah, I wouldn't have bought it. But it's just, at a certain point, I need to stop beating myself up over shit that I can't control in the long term, you know? I just...
Yeah. There
I don't
is
know.
a
I just
stark
wanna
moral
enjoy
contrast between giving $14 to an online game that, again, I'm going to bring up the amount of cost that servers are versus actively causing some fucking harm to somebody. Or, like, going up to, like, like an Activision Blizzard game and, like, fucking dipping your dick in balls a whole $70 in the latest fucking Call of Duty. Like, if we want to keep it on a relatively similar moral level. Like, there's a stark contrast between those two things. Because, like, yeah, we don't know the full extent of what Square is doing. So from what the public knowledge, they're not as bad necessarily as Activision. Asterisk, public knowledge, suspicions. Yeah, don't fucking come back at me when it actually is revealed that Redacted was actually redacted when a fucking Redacted happened, and then a whole fucking donkey came in and Redacted, okay?
Also keep in mind
that Akira Toriyama would do that.
Keep in mind that Square Enix is very Japanese and how it's organized and is ran by committee, just like Konami, Capcom, Nintendo, and the rest. Just throwing that.
I'm ruled by committee too.
Oh no, you're ruled by committee. Very different.
Coming on these titties.
Hey.
This has been Insert Title Here podcast. Listen to the things, go to the things, shill, shill, shill. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Or day. Or whatever the fuck you're listening to this. Bye.
50 kilometers away, in an undisclosed cave, deep in the recesses of a Washington fucking crack in the goddamn ground, a rat stirs, breathes, and thirsts for vengeance.